Здравствуйте, Namaskar. Welcome to the Friday Meet organized by the Russian Center for Science and Culture in Kolkata. Not far from Kolkata, at Shantiniketan, in the university founded by Rabindranath Tagore, which is popularly known as Vishwabharati, a unique treasure, a priceless treasure, is being kept at the archive of Kala Bhavan or the art department of the university. This is a gift from Nikolai Roerich to Rabindranath. This is an original painting which was done by Roerich based on the character of a Tsar Berendi from the folktale Snow Maiden written by Alexander Ostrovsky. Tagore and Roerich had wonderful contact and connections, exchanges of opinions that we know. They first met in the year 1920, and perhaps this is one of the eminent persons from Russia met Tagore for the first time. It was in 1920 when the elder son of Nikolai and Yelena Roerich, Yuri Roerich, was at the School of Oriental Studies in London, where he earlier met Professor Shuniti Kumar Chattopadhyay and became very close friends to each other. Yuri Nikolaevich requested Professor Shuniti Kumar Chattopadhyay to arrange a meeting between the two stalwarts. And accordingly, the meeting was arranged on 17th of June in 1920. And at that meeting, Tagore had a strong opinion about Nikolai Roerich's works, which he saw later on at the exhibition, and he found the uniqueness of the works of Nikolai Roerich. Professor Shuniti Kumar Chattopadhyay, whom about I just told, was also a very eminent person, a linguist known to the world. He was the person who introduced Russian language for studying at the University of Kolkata. And taking this opportunity, I would also like to mention that Professor Chattopadhyay was also the president of the State Committee, the West Bengal State Council of Indo-Soviet Cultural Society. They became, Yuri and Professor Shuniti Kumar Chattopadhyay were very good friends. Today we'll be talking about Yuri Nikolaevich, the illustrious son of the Roerich family. He was the elder son and the younger son was Svetoslav. He was also equally eminent person. The Roerich family is like a spectacular bridge of friendship between India and Russia. And this important contact between our two countries has played significant role in mutual understanding and strengthening our cultural and philosophical heritage, which was very glorious to the people of the world. The path of cognition, illuminated by the parents, were followed by their two sons, Yuri and Svetoslav, in their own fields. They also kept milestone footprints in pursuing the mission of exploration of world culture and sharing the knowledge and wisdom of the ancient culture. While in 1902, 1920, Yuri Nikolaevich was in London, his parents formed the society named Ogni Yoga, or the Living Ethics, which dealt with the cosmic evolution of humanity and the synthesis of the spiritual, philosophical, scientific teachings of timeless ancient wisdom and culture. Yuri Nikolaevich was born in the year 1902 in Novgorod of Russia. He had a wonderful schooling, and after that, he was also in the Institute of Oriental Studies, as I just mentioned. He had a knack for languages of different countries. He acquired the knowledge of 28 Asian languages. He, from his very early years, was dealing with the uniqueness of the wonderful nature, particularly during the expedition with his parents. He experienced himself with the Himalayan magnitude of endurance and also for the love for the people, for the local people, for the folk people and the ancient culture and wisdoms. At the age of 21, he had his own research works, which was also very important to mention. And at the age of 23, when after his visit in Tibet along with his parents, he first he had his first book on a very important chapter of the world culture, and that was on Tibetan poetry and Tibetan art and culture. He also took colossal tasks of working and creating of the Tibetan, Sanskrit, and Russian dictionary. He was the author of comparative grammar of colloquial Tibetan. He also translated into English the Blue Annals and the stages of the appearance of the doctrine and preachers of the ancient Tibet, which is a unique chronology of the events of Tibetan history. After the exploration in the Tibetan region, when the Roerich family settled down in Kulu at Nagar, he in the year 1928 became the president of the society known as Uruswati, or the Himalayan Institute of Scientific Studies. Uruswati means the light of the morning star. He was in this post till the beginning of the Second World War. He also did his own expedition in the Lahul Spiti region, which enriched his own knowledge and which he shared afterwards with the people of the world. In the year 1953, he went back to his own motherland at the call of the government of Soviet Union, and he returned there as the head of the Department of Indian Philosophy and Religion at the Institute of Oriental Studies under the Soviet Academy of Sciences. His significant role in strengthening the friendship between our two countries will be remembered by the people forever. And taking this opportunity, we would also like to mention that he also gave us a missing link about a person who is very closely associated with the Indian culture. Exactly 225 years ago, this was the man called Gerasim Lebedev, who came to Kolkata as a musician, but he was the founder of the modern theatre in Bengal and in India. We'll talk about him later on. Till then, we say goodbye to you, because this is the high time to say goodbye, and we say Punardarshonayacho. But the missing link I should not miss to tell you that Gerasim Lebedev, when he came to Kolkata, we had exactly no knowledge what he was doing after his music courses. He was also working with the Fort William. This we come to know from the notes of Yuri Nikolaevich Roerich. We salute him on this occasion. See you again. Punardarshonayacho. Abar dekha hobe. We say goodbye to you.